Come on. Okay, so we said angle D2 would have been 140. Okay, and then because this angle here was now 140 degrees, I want you guys to see that that is an isosceles triangle, right?
Yes, now so not one of the sides of the side.
So
We draw this curve.
we can say that angle F2 will also be x, y, because it's an isosceles triangle, and we can't write that as a reason. We've got to say equal angles, opposite equal sides, or just angles opposite equal sides. Same thing.
How is the easiest way to remember I don't know.
The reasons. No, that you've got to study. Yeah. Okay, so now if you look at that triangle, I can say that 140 degrees plus x plus another x will be equal to 180 degrees. Angles of a triangle. So 140 plus 2x equals 180. So take the 140 over. It means that 2x will then be 40 degrees. So x, let me just rather write that down here, means that x will be 20. Right, any other questions there? Now finally we at C. Yeah, B was a big one. Yes? Okay, so you guys tell me when you're done copying.
What happened to the 140? Yeah, 140 plus 2x equals 180.
If you look at that triangle on the side. Oh, I took the 140 over and it became minus 140. Yeah. No, I think it's math and then break. It's four periods as far as I know. You guys done? Uh. Okay, hands up, we're still copying. Okay. Right, you guys done? Quick. Uh-uh. Yeah, worksheet 1. Hands up, we're still copying. Right. Okay. Now we at C. Okay. At C it says, in triangle ABC, calculate with reasons. Number 1, the size of X and hence the size of the interior angles. Okay, so what do we know about the interior angles of a triangle? It adds up to 180. Good. So I'm going to start with 5x plus 20 plus x plus 10 plus 2x minus 10, and all of that must give me 180 degrees, and your reason must be angles of a triangle. Good. Okay, so now we're going to simplify. 5x plus x gives me 6x plus 2, 8x. I'm just doing the left-hand side for now. 20 plus 10 gives me 30, minus 10 gives me 20 again. Right, so let's take the 20 degrees over. So that will then become minus 20. So 8x will be 160 degrees. Now we divide both sides by 8. It means that x would be 20. Yeah? That's what we did over here. Okay. I took that 20 over, so it becomes minus 20. And 180 minus 20 became the 160. I'm not writing out all the steps now because by now you guys all know what to do. Okay. Right, so now we know what x is. But they're actually asking me to give the size of every angle. So angle A will then be 5 times 20 plus 20, which means that it's going to be 120 degrees. Do you guys agree? Okay, angle B will then be 20 plus 10, meaning B will be 30 degrees. Okay, angle C, oopsie, will be 2 times 20 and then minus 10, so 40, so 30 degrees again. Okay, you guys fine with that? Okay, now at C2, they're asking me the length of AC. Now, what we've done so far, what we've done so far, I just want to quickly redraw that triangle here for you. We have got angle A, which is 120 degrees, angle B, which is 30, and angle C, which is also 30. So do you guys see that it is the same size down here? And because those angles are the same, it's an isosceles triangle, meaning that AB will be the same as AC. So, and what was AB? 20 centimeters. So, therefore, AC will have to be 20 centimeters. And they're asking, yes, give a reason. Okay, and now, when we had an isosceles triangle, we said angles opposite equal sides. Now, you can also write it the other way around, because so far I've been giving you the sides, and that's why you knew the angles would be the same. But over here, I'm giving it the other way around. I'm giving you the angles, and you therefore know that the sides will be the same. So we just switched the wording. Now we're going to say sides opposite equal angles. So you always end the statement with what was given. You were given the angles. Okay, so we're going to say sides opposite equal angles.
Can you please say that again?
Okay, so you always end the statement, this part,
Yes, ma'am.
that equal angles. You end the statement with what was given, meaning we start the statement with what I then could assume because of that. So they gave me equal angles, meaning the 30 and the 30. So because of that, I knew that the two sides would be equal. Okay. The rest of you okay?
Ma'am, are we going to write a test about these angles?
Yes.
I don't know how much you
It's not in the next test, it's in the term test. So the 50 marks one, right at the end of the term. The one that you guys are going to do now, I will hand out. Ooh, I've actually got to go fetch those.
Yeah, because I didn't like that.
It's a project. When the bell rings, yes. When we walk to room 17, then I'll send you. Yeah. Yes, when the bell rings, listen. When the bell rings, we move to room 17. And we have math again. And after that, it's going to be second break. And then 3 periods, go home. Okay.
But didn't you just say it's the other way around to me?
I said 4 periods, break.
Can I just talk about the project?
Okay, no, next period. Right, hands up who's still copying, yeah? Okay, there we go. Now we at F. Okay, so F says, in trapezium ABCE, AE is parallel to BC, with E being 70 degrees. Now at number 1, calculate the value of X. Okay, so can you see that all my X's is in this shape over here? Do you guys see that? What type of shape? A quadrilateral. Yes, a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral, right? And what do we know about the interior angles of a quadrilateral? They add up to? Nah, 360. Right. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to say, we're going to start with 2x plus 10 plus 5x minus 40 plus 3x minus 20 plus 4x minus 10 must be equal to 360 degrees. Okay, and why did we do that? Because we knew that it was angles of quadrilateral. You don't have to write out the whole word quadrilateral. You can just say angles of quad. Okay, so let's simplify those x's. 2x plus 5x is going to give me 7x. Plus 3x gives me 10x. Plus 4x gives me 14x. Right, let's look at the normal degrees. 10 minus 40 is going to give me minus 30. Minus another 20 is going to give me minus 50. Minus 10 is going to give me negative 60. Good. Still equal to 360 degrees. You guys good with that? Put it away in your bag. Right, so take the 60 over. So 14x will then be equal to 420. Remember, we're adding. When we take it to the other side, it becomes plus. No? Okay, so now I've got to divide by 14. Oopsie. On both sides. Say again. Yes. Remember, when I take this over, it's going to become plus 60. Yeah, and that's how I got the 420. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 14. So x will be 30 degrees. Okay, you guys good with that? Right, now number 2. They say, show that ABCD is a parallelogram. Now, we know a few things about a parallelogram. First things first, the opposite angles will be the same. No. What else do we know? People, please put your phones away. It's math now. You're not supposed to be on your phone. Focus on what's on the board. Put your phone away, or I put it away for 30 days. Yes. Yes. 2 pairs of equal sides, opposite sides. Not. Yes, reg. But I specifically want to talk about the angles now. No. because we know what x is, I can then see how big, if I go and substitute that in, I'll know how big the angles are. So that's why I'm only looking at the rules of, or at the angles of a parallelogram. Okay, so we know that these two will be the same, and we also know that these two will be the same. No. What else do we know? Co-interior. If I add those two angles, they must be equal to 180. Or I can add this one and that one, and they must be equal to 180. Or I can add these two, and they must be 180. Or I can add these two, and they must be 180. That's the U, yes, co-interior. So you could have used any one of those. So let's use the opposite sides. Or what do you guys want to do? The what? Okay, you want to make the U. Okay, so let's start with angle B. Angle B will then be 4 times 30 minus 10. So it's going to be 110 degrees. Okay, let's look at angle C. 3 times 30 minus 20. So it's going to be 70 degrees. Now can you see that angle B plus angle C is going to give me 180 degrees? Therefore, they are, wait, we can't just prove that they are co-interior because, yeah, co-interior angles. Okay, are there some of you that maybe prove the opposite sides equal? No one?
I just told you. Opposite sides are equal.
Yeah, but not opposite sides, sorry, opposite angles equal. Did anyone do that one? Do you want me to show you that as well? Okay, so we already know what angle B is, so let's go and test angle D. Angle D will then be 5 times 30 minus 40, meaning 150, so again 110. So can you see that angle B is the same as angle D? Do you guys see that? Therefore, opposite angles equal. So again, we proved one of the rules of a parallelogram. So therefore, it is a parallelogram. Yeah. To get what answer? Yes, you could. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good. Any other? Yeah. Yeah, we worked out x is 30. So we're basically just substituting that in. Right, can I skip?
Can you substitute that in anywhere?
Only where I've got x.
Oh, okay.
So x is 30. So everywhere I see an x, I can actually put the 30. Yeah. Aye. Yes?
I didn't remember that equals to 180. Completely different thing.
Okay. Remember that a parallelogram means that the two sides, the two opposite sides are equal and parallel. Right? So if I look at angle B and C, if I make a U there, it means that angle B plus angle C must give me 180. So that's what I did here. Are you fine with that? Okay. Then what I did with D was completely different. I said, oh no, let me just, opposite angles equal. Okay, so what I did here is I worked out D, okay, and we already had B. And if it's a parallelogram, the two angles opposite each other, meaning A and C or B and D must be the same. And here I said B is equal to D, So therefore, opposite angles are equal. So that's just another way that you could have proven
Okay, ma'am.
that it's a parallelogram. Okay. Any other questions here? Now the last one says, number 3 says, show that AB is equal to CE. Okay, let's see. AB equal to CE.
How are we gonna do that?
Now, first thing that you know is that AB is the same as DC.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that we know. Now, if we can prove what Y is, if we can find out what Y is, and if that is 70, it means that this triangle will be an isosceles triangle. And then DC will be the same as CE,
So,
therefore the same as AB.
so y is equal to 180
So-
minus 70.
Let's go work out. Yes. Yes, good. Okay. So, we already worked out what angle D is. Have a look over here. We had 110. No. So, I'm going to start with saying, number 3, Y plus angle D, meaning 110, will give me 180 degrees. Why? Angles on a straight line. Who doesn't get that part?
Oh, where did you get the 110 from?
Okay, I'm going to skip back to the previous slide. Have a look. Angle D,
Oh, yes,
we worked out is 110.
yes, ma'am.
So instead of talking about 5x minus 40, we already worked out it's 110.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why I just say y plus 110 will be 180. Do you now get it?
Yes.
Okay, good. So if I take it over, it means that y will be 70 degrees. Okay, now that means that DC is the same as CE because it's an isosceles triangle. But we can't write isosceles. We write what was given?
Angles on
The angles. Okay, so we've got to say sides, yes, equal sides, opposite equal angles. Okay, we end with what was given. Good. Now we can say AB was equal to CD because they were opposite sides of a parallelogram.
I hate these reasons.
No? They were opposite sides of a parallelogram. So therefore, AB will be the same as CE. Do you guys get it? Just to quickly show you again. Ooh, this is not a nice picture, Matuma.
Wait, ma'am, why did ma'am when I
Okay, wait. We found out that that one and this one was the same, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And because it's a parallelogram, that side and this side is the same. So that's why I could say, okay, this one, woo, yes, this one will be the same as that one. Okay.